Mark Messier, and you're listening to Blue Shirt Underground Show, the #1 Rangers podcast. Make sure you tune in and find out all the latest news. Let's go Rangers.
Blue Shirt Underground, motherfucker!
Can't BS a Ranger fan. Can't BS a Ranger fan.
This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar. Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Blue Shirt Underground Show. It is June 1st. Today is Thursday. My name is Jim, and as always, I am joined by my esteemed colleague, the one and only Eddie Geik. Eddie, good evening, sir. How are you?
They call me Dangling Fury nowadays. How are you, Jim? It's summertime. It's fun time.
Your camera is mirrored tonight.
I'm mirrored?
Yeah, we're getting the reverse view.
Huh? How do I change that?
You go into your settings and you go to your video, and then you click the mirror camera on their video.
I think we can do that. Here we go. We're going into the camera. We're going into the settings. Oh, there's other apps. I can't do that. I'll get out of this I'll be out of the show.
Well, then never mind.
All right.
Everything's backwards behind you, but that's all right. It fits the organization.
Yeah.
It fits this organization. So look, I got to show you this. I went out and I bought myself one of these. It's a Stanley Cup, and I figured this might be the last one I see in my lifetime.
You know, I think you're right. Now,
no, Cutter, I am not on a farm. This is our backyard.
Yeah, he lives in lovely Pennsylvania.
Yes,
big state with a lot of
sunny Freemansburg. That's
right. This man he's wealthy. This is being shot from outside his carriage house.
Carriage house.
Yes, I am Momo. Momo
yes.
the old.
Momo the old.
I was never Momo the young. I've been Momo the old for probably 20 years now. I know they used to call you in Italian. What are you? You act like a Momo over here. That's what. So, woohoo! I feel weird because, like, I'm talking. I'm looking at myself, but I feel like I'm not talking into the microphone, but I am.
You are. Oh, you sound fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. You're wearing the sunglasses. What are you, high? What's going on?
No, the sun, I got about another 5 minutes, and then the sun will be back behind the trees, and I won't have it right in my eye here. So everybody's just got to deal with me and my shades for a few minutes. Yes, as Jen said, this is our future BSU Patreon patio.
Do you really want the Patreon?
Someday there'll be a pool behind us, and we'll have a big BSU party for the Patreons. We would love to have the Patreon members over here. Love it.
Really?
Of course. Be fantastic.
In that dirt and all that and messing up your lawn.
Well, it's not like we're going to let them in the house.
That's what I'm saying. But your whole backyard there will look like a fucking stampede after people are done.
A big portion of that would be pool. So everybody will be in the pool.
Oh, yeah.
Having libations.
Edibles.
Right. Talking about how it's been 31 years since our last Stanley Cup. Edibles, sure. Oedipus, edibles.
No, there'll be. I'm telling you,
edifice.
I'm gonna just say right now, I am down with these edibles. Let me tell you.
Are you?
Yeah, no, yeah. I think people are gonna start nicknaming me Ed a Bull.
A bull.
A Bull.
Ed E.
IDLE.
Bull.
Yeah, Ed E. Bull.
Ed E. Bull.
I tell you, I am not a guy. I'm not a dude who ever did any kind of drugs all my life. But these gummies are a revelation.
Like Carl Erskine.
Yeah, like Carl Erskine was a revelation, or Joel Erskine.
Joel Erskine. Yeah, Carl Erskine was the Brooklyn Dodger. Sorry.
So anyway, I know I've disappointed Cutter with my drug culture talk, so I will not talk further. But it's always a good time. So I have been watching a lot of Ranger podcasts. I've been watching an Islander podcast, basically just for my own humor.
And to keep your finger on the anus, as we like to say.
Yeah, to keep my finger on the anus of what's going on in hockey. And it looks really bleak for the Islanders, which gives me some solace that the Rangers disappointed us last year. But most of the Ranger podcasts it's a very negative vibe, very negative. Now, I've given it enough time. I'm over it. Where are you? Where are the fans right now? Are you over it?
I was over it the next day.
Come on, Jim. You were not.
I was. This team, I'm sorry, this year's team merited absolutely no thought beyond that night.
Nothing snuck in.
I stood up. I shut the TV off. I put the jerseys, the hats, the whole schmear away.
They fired Gallant. Nothing after that.
I was over it.
Okay.
I was over it. They fired him. Okay, that's fine. I wasn't a fan of his to begin with.
I'm going to tell you,
and the list so far of supposed interviewees doesn't give me a lot of, doesn't get me real excited either.
Are you going to go the way of these other pods and these other the same take? Oh, already I got Sean McCaff hammering Peter Lateralette. Every sentence, that's what he comes up with. He really, if he's trying to troll people, it's working. I think he might have me in his net.
Did he get you? He reeled you in?
I'm just saying, he's just pounding the lateral move. Sean Stein is here, ladies and gentlemen, the esteemed man.
What's up, Sean?
Now, Sean is known as a very upbeat guy. Rock, you should put him on suicide watch. This guy is just losing his mind. Rock
makes Costa look like a Pollyanna.
Is it something in the Greek culture? Is it something? I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean,
they haven't gotten over that the austerity yet from 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, the
country went broke.
I have
gotten over it.
idea. I mean, this is the way I'm looking at it now. Now, I wasn't over it. I'm going to put my glasses on, so maybe it looks like I'm smarter and I actually know what I'm talking about. Once the fin-laden Carolina Hurricanes are eliminated.
Too many fins.
Now I can go back to Raleigh and safety that they did not win the cup.
I can go back to safety. See those cretins.
See those cheaters never win. Fair weather fans. I'm kind of over it. And was it Gerard Gallant's fault? All his fault? No. Certainly not. Is Gerard Gallant somewhat at fault? Yes.
Yes.
I think it's really coming. The fact of is that they're having problems with him all year between Drury and him.
Right.
And he may have been fired. We don't really know what went on because the New York media is, they're out to lunch. They're too busy asking of, borscht recipes from Igor.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Do you subscribe to the theory that the core players on this team, who will now be some of whom will be playing for their third or fourth coach, do you just believe that nobody is going to get these guys to perform to the level expected of them when come playoff time?
Well, no.
Okay.
You know
So
why?
you don't subscribe to that.
No, I don't.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because 2 years ago, with Gerard Gallant, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, albeit they blew the lead against Toronto, they were up, Tampa Bay, and they ran out of gas. And they played the wrong way, even in that, getting that far. They were terribly outshot in those playoffs.
They played the wrong way.
They played the wrong way, and they still won. Do I lay fault on their early exit on some of the guys? Yes. I definitely do. I mean, Artemi Panarin must be held accountable. There's got to be a coach in this league that, and I don't know if any of these candidates are like that, and we'll get to that in a minute, that can get this fucking idiot to shoot the puck. I feel like certain guys gave up. I felt like Chris Kreider gave up in that Game 7. I feel like they didn't want to play for that coach, which is on them. Because you have to play for the fans. You have to play for your money, your hard-earned money. And
For the Fishnagels.
For the Fishnagels. And I know it hurts losing to the Devil Dogs, but the Rangers are a very talented team. I mean, you want to talk about teams to be negative on. Again, I don't want to go back to the Islanders and compare us to these fucking, like you said earlier, use the word cretins, these miscreants.
It's a good word. Miscreants, that's a good word too.
I mean, they got fucking ousted by Carolina. They faced Antti Ranta for like 3 games. I mean, what a disaster. Their team is so old. I mean, come on. It's like they cast a cocoon over there. Their fans are clamoring for Lou Lamoriello to get fired. And what do? They sign him to an extension for 2 to 3 years. And he's just going to keep all these old guys around. And they have no talent. They have no offense. So, okay, I said my piece with the Islanders. The Rangers have good players. The problem with it is that we're going to have to go through 82 games again to wait. Really, if the new coach is going to make a difference. They're going to win close to 50 games again next year.
Right. Simply because they have the best goaltender in the league.
That's correct. They don't give up a lot of goals. They also have some very talented forwards, regular season
forwards.
Right. So there could be worse positions you could be in. I mean, last year, can't say last year because the Stanley Cup's starting, Saturday.
Tutter, do you hear yourself sometimes?
What is
Rangers losing to the Devils is child's play compared to the Leafs fucking it with the Panthers. Do you hear yourself?
The Panthers
are that storied Leafs-Panthers rivalry?
Yeah.
That one really hurts to see the... Get out of here. Half of Toronto spends the winter in Florida anyway. Get out of here. You're banned again.
Yeah. I wouldn't ban him. I watched his show last night. The guy has...
You know what? We'll do worse than ban him. We'll take him out of the next intro.
Oh,
that'll kill him more. That would kill him more than being banned. Well, the next intro, we'll take him out.
I'm gonna say
we'll just put a blue dot over his face.
I don't know if your trash is baiting me in the chat room. I think he is baiting me because he's laughing with laughing.
What about Hoffman?
Yes,
yeah.
I think he's crying. He's laughing out loud, crying, laughing, whatever. Because I have no faith in any Ranger prospect. Please. Again, I said, I'm trying not to be negative, but if he's a forward, I got no faith. They need Jen is right. They need a coach who's going to say the overpassing is done with. You're sitting. You are sitting. You blew it.
You fuck.
Fuck.
You blew.
You had your chance of being a cop and you blew it.
Great movie.
I mean, and now I'm hearing that people want Trouba gone. Oh,
Trouba, Kako.
contract. The Rangers is, well, what are you going to do? Everybody's going to be traded. If they can't do anything, they're locked in. Just fix it.
Everybody's here for the long haul.
Yeah. If it takes sitting Panarin for a whole season, why not? They have to have a coach. And I saw a little snippet. And let's talk about the candidates.
Good. Let's talk about the candidates.
Well, Laviolette has had 2 interviews with Chris Drury, who still can't make a fucking decision.
Right. Or, or talk to the media. Nothing.
What?
Nothing. It's the gulag days again.
It's the same thing. I mean, I don't want to go back to the Islanders, but they got ousted and they never addressed the media. They never went in front of a camera and said, well, next year we'll get them. Nothing.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about that team.
Well, what the Rangers? How come we're not getting Drury then?
Well, because it's a gulag. Because Drury's not in control, my friend.
Oh, here we go. The Glenn Sather. I mean, right now,
Following the lead. 22 years of unproductivity.
It's funny. I watched an old video today of Islanders Rangers, Ron Lowe behind the bench.
Ugh.
And it just brought back that whole fucking new Sather smell. That he had it all figured out.
That new Sather smell.
That stench we haven't been able to get rid of for 20
Right.
odd years.
Right.
Rem Murray's and all that nonsense. But
Rem Murray.
Rem Murray. So I'm gonna take issue with some of you people.
Uh-oh.
Well, you've
Whatever.
seen that I've been going at it with this fucking moron.
Whenever he breaks out to you people, we're all in trouble.
This moron on Facebook who thinks that John Tortorella is the answer. I expected my friends to jump the boards. And where were you? You were watching, enjoying the laughter over there, Jim.
But I'm laughing because people have such an affinity for 2012. Like, the good old days in 2012.
Move on. So, anywho, Peter Laviolette, did you see the video that emerged of him talking to the Philly?
Molesting a goat?
Yes, the molesting a goat. He was caught on Biden's son's fucking laptop, whatever.
Went to his house.
Hunter Biden, please. All right, so here's the deal. So did you see the video of him basically dressing down in the locker room the entire Flyer team?
No, I didn't see that.
How could you have not seen that?
I didn't see it.
See if you
can find it.
Yeah, see if you can find it, and I'll blow the 8.
Peter Laviolette yells Flyers. Is this from 24? Is it from 24/7?
Yes.
All right, hang on.
Now I want you to watch this, Jim, and the rest of you who haven't seen it, and tell me this is not what you want. What you want in a coach. Because I know people are saying this is a Peter Laviolette move. I don't think so. I don't think Gerard Gallant ever talked to the team or knew who the hell was on the team. Here we go.
All right, here it is. Ready?
Yep.
Chances that period were 7-1 for the opposition. Do you know why, Hartsey? Because it's about as fucking casual as it gets. As casual as it gets.
I do like the fact that he calls the guy by his nickname like he's being cute, and then he fucking reams him out.
All right, see?
In Boston, we said, all right, got mixed in the schedule. Let's turn the page. Somebody tell me, what the fuck is the difference now? What's the problem now? I want to see people rip their heart out of their fucking chest this period. And if you don't, you're probably not going to like your ice time. Take your first shift. You'll get it. Earn the second one. I'm not putting up with it. It's too much horse shit. It's too much. Don't allow it. D-zone coverage, soft down low. Out to the points, casual strides. We don't want to block a shot because it hurts. One game, Boston. All right, let's move on. Tonight, unacceptable. Not going to happen. We're way better than what we just showed. Every guy in here knows it, and you should not accept it. Don't. You got 20 minutes. You win a period, you win a game, we move on. But you need to dig in right now, every guy. Enough is enough. Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Wow. He's mellow though. He's a lot heavier and a lot more bald. He might not be that. He might not have that much fire anymore.
Come on.
I love the fact. Admittedly, I love the fact that he. Hey, what's up, Hartsey? And then he, and then he reams him. You know, like, hey, Brad. Hey, Brad. How you doing? Hey, you were shit out there.
Hey, Christ, what the fuck are you doing?
Right. He's talking about guys taking too many strides and coasting. Wait till he gets a load of Keandre Miller if he gets his job.
Ah, come on.
Most overrated player on the team.
Please. One bad year. One bad year.
Overrated. Telling you. Overrated.
Well, move him up. Move him back. Put him on the third pairing. Schneider up. Make him a second pairing defenseman. I don't care. I think the kid's talented, and I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Offensive numbers were up.
Lazy.
Oh, stop.
Lazy in his own zone. Too much coasting.
You got
Too
people
too dependent on a long stick and a long reach.
I disagree with you.
Okay, that's fine.
Now, did that video sway you in any bit? Did it sway the fans? I've seen somebody like
what it shows me
lets the F-bombs flow.
What it shows me is that 12 years ago he had a lot of fire.
Oh, what do you think now? He's a different man?
I don't know. Are you the same person you were 12 years ago?
No.
Or have you evolved?
No, I've devolved.
Haven't you mellowed a little bit on certain things?
I think so, yeah. But he's got a job to do.
I'm just saying. One guy. Well, let's see. We want to talk about the good candidates first or the bad candidates first. I am extremely meh on Peter Laviolette.
I'm not thrilled.
It is what it is. He is what I believe was referred to as the safe choice for a GM who may be making his last head coaching hire. How's that? I think that's why he's the first choice, because he's the safe he's the safe choice for a GM who probably, well, who knows with this organization. The last GM got or two GMs ago got to hire 30 or 40 head coaches. We're still paying like probably 5 of the head coaches he hired, including himself. Right? Is Trotty still collected a couple of buyout shekels or what? But I think he's the safe choice for a GM who may not get another head coach.
I don't think he
with
is.
This team. You don't think he is?
That's
what?
why he's taking his sweet time, because he knows this is it. I mean, let's face it, this guy's not liked. I don't like his face. I've never liked him as a player.
I mean, is he taking his time to get it right? Is he taking his time because he's waiting out? Is he waiting out Mike Sullivan, as some people think? Is he or waiting out something else?
Ask Larry Brooks. He's in California having his toenails painted.
Well, speaking of Larry Brooks and his toenails, he wrote an entire article about a name that we mentioned, maybe not strongly in the very beginning, but Patrick Waugh. He wrote a whole article about Patrick Waugh being the guy. The guy.
I do not agree with
Should
that.
be the guy. Made some good arguments. Made some good arguments.
Please. He must be taking edibles too.
You don't want Patrick Waugh?
No, do not want Patrick Waugh. He's a
Tell me
hothead. He's just a numbskull.
Connor's in love with him. Look what Connor wants to do with him.
Oh, he wants to have sex with him.
Connor wants to take him to bed. It's Pride Month.
What's Patrick
God
Waugh?
bless you, Connor.
I mean, I want to say something. It is Pride Month. I want to say something here, and I mean this sincerely. I have no idea. I know he coached Colorado, right? Waugh. What's his coaching career look like? Does it have anything on his resume? Because the same thing with Laviolette, which is I'm not excited about him, is he's a one-time winner, similar to Tortsy. What have you done for me lately? The Predators were a competent team, but they were defensive minded. I don't think it's going to work here. I'm talking about Hines, actually. I've skipped a beat there for a second. But I don't know. What was Waugh?
Led the Avalanche to first place in his first season, then missed the playoffs the following 2 years.
Loser. Get out of here.
All right, so I'll give you here. Let's put a couple of coaches on the head coaching scale here.
All right.
Peter Laviolette or Patrick Waugh?
Laviolette.
Patrick Waugh or John Hines? Where they're coming up, why they are
Patrick
even
Waugh is
speaking to John? Why are they doing Patrick Waugh is a living, breathing
He's a
human
living
being?
creature. John Hines is the undead. That's I would take Waugh over that.
I mean,
but Waugh has the inside track with Drury, and this organization is Nepotism City.
Anybody who bought pizza at Chris Drury's Pizza Shop in Connecticut is getting an interview.
Anybody who bought a Stromboli also
Right.
interview. All right, give me the more scales. I like this.
Peter Laviolette or Jay Leach, the assistant coach, the hot assistant.
He's hot.
That everyone's been talking about.
Connor,
Not
hot.
It is Pride Month. Not hot in terms of looks. Hot in terms of
property that everybody wants.
Property, yes.
I know nothing about Jay Leach.
He's the Cabbage Patch. Okay, let me do. How about we'll just do Peter Laviolette or first-time head coach, hot assistant. How about that? Still going Laviolette?
Knobloch.
Knobloch, Jay Leach. Who's the guy everybody wanted like 3-4 years ago and then wound up completely flaming out? Sheldon Keefe?
Dallas Eakins?
Dallas Eakins?
I don't know why I want to know. Please write in the chat. Why do you think Knobloch is worthy of this? What I know he's coached a couple games with the Rangers.
Well, he was also they talked to a couple of players that had played for him, and he is highly regarded, and he's big on apparently he's very big on working with the players, developing that player-coach relationship type thing. Ryan Lindgren had a lot of good things. The overrated Ryan Lindgren, as you call him,
Mr. One Goal.
He had a lot of good things to say about Knobloch, as have other players who have played for him.
Okay.
Did a good job with Hartford, right? Didn't
Yeah, they
Hartford
got
get
him
to
to the
the
semis.
semifinals, whatever it was, right?
What else you gonna
With
do in
a
the AHL but teach players?
with a ragtag roster.
Oh, that's true.
How about this? Gerard Gallant or Peter Laviolette? Rangers pull a Steinbrenner and they fire Gallant and then bring him back 2 weeks later. For those of you too young to remember, George Steinbrenner did that with Billy
I
Martin.
see. Like I opened the show when we were talking. I don't think Gallant. He was a scapegoat. He was a scapegoat. But he didn't do anything in the playoffs to help his cause with the non-adjustments, leaving timeouts on the board. He was not an X's and O's guy. And apparently that's what you needed to beat the Devils.
Here's Danielle Stewart chiming in on Knobloch.
All right. Danielle Stewart has chimed in. Okay, that's good. All right.
And maybe here's an even better reason.
Well, that's true too. We can find a new guy to hate. Like Tom Rennie.
Peter Laviolette or Reggie Dunlop?
Reggie Dunlop.
Reggie
They'll
Dunlop.
make promises that we're going to go to Florida and not fulfill. And that's another thing. Talking about the Florida Panthers, no one gave a shit about the Panthers in the regular season. Now, every Ranger fan that I see, I'll call them pedestrian Ranger fans, if I may use those words, wants to model themselves after the Florida Panthers. Nobody knew. They were an afterthought. They barely got in.
Barely got in.
And now, all of a sudden, look at them. They're
Look,
doing it right.
Right. Well, we've said it. We've said it for years. It's just about getting hot at the right time and riding your goaltender. I did not, in a million years, think Sergei Bobrovsky had this in him, and he has been unbelievable.
Right.
I don't care about the 100-point seasons anymore. With the loser point, it's not that great of an achievement anyway. I don't care about the 100-point seasons. I'd rather have 90 points and see a cup in my lifetime.
Well,
100-point seasons has become like 1,000 yards rushing in football. It's just not that big of a deal anymore.
oh, congratulations, Blaine. Blaine won $850 by taking the Panthers, taking 9 Panthers in his playoff pool.
Salute. God bless.
God bless. I wish you $1 million, but all you got was 50.
www.patreon.com/BlueShirtUnderground Show.
Hey, how about throwing? Like my mother used to go when I said, "Ma, I got some money." She used to go like this, have her hand out with the itch in the palm.
Right. My mother always say, "What do you flush? What do you flush?"
Yeah. Now, Danielle Stewart's also the person who was calling for the firing of Gerard Gallant and the hiring of Barry Trotz before he got the job in Nashville. I don't want John Hines. I would take anybody over John Hines. Anybody. So that's where I stand with that job. What I really want to happen is this guy Dubas, is that his name, in Pittsburgh, the new president? GM?
Kyle Dubas.
Yeah, Kyle Dubas. I want him to fire Mike Sullivan, and I thought I never would say these words. I want Mike Sullivan back. He's good. He's got, 2 cups? Keep him away from the power play. That's all I got to say. I mean, what do you guys think about Mike Sullivan? Would you take Sullivan over Laviolette?
Yes.
You would definitely do that.
Yes. I'd take the guy who's won recently over the guy that won a cup 20 years ago because, he's just legacy shopping.
Rock is reporting that apparently Dubas came out of the closet today. Pride Month.
It is Pride Month. It's been a busy day.
Sullivan isn't getting fired, so there goes that.
He's been on the job for an hour. What boss that takes the job and an hour later says nobody's getting fired? And then they get fired anyway? No, that's never happened.
That's true, Jim.
Tomorrow it'll be. We've decided to go in a different direction.
I mean,
Okay,
people
Cutter.
people asking about the Stony Brook tapes of me doing color commentary for the Seawolves. They weren't even Stony Brook Seawolves back then. They were the
Indians.
Patriots. They were the Patriots.
Oh,
Of course, they changed that because that was
God forbid you're a patriot.
yeah, that was too American. So
We can't have that.
we can't have that. I used to do the color for the basketball, lacrosse, which was my favorite to announce because it was most like hockey, and basketball. But I will have to find to see if I could get the tapes. As I said in the group, my partner, and I hope this doesn't happen to you, got early set on of dementia.
Oh,
Yeah, he's my age
terrible.
and now in a facility.
Oh my God, that's awful.
I know. So you see what working with me it can do to a person. Jim is doing great. But anywho, I don't know. So Sullivan's not getting fired. Who knows?
Today he's not getting fired.
Yeah, Kyle Dubas might have a friend. You never know. So is Laviolette, I see what you're coming from. You're coming from, what have you done for me lately? Show me a fiery locker room speech from 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Right. We have any of that? We got any of that?
He's a former Ranger, don't you think he'd want to prove something? He played more, I think, just as many games as Kotze. Oh, you're drinking that Bud Light? Don't drink that, big boy. It'll make you prideful. Oh, God. I got to tell you, the intolerance for people. Who gives... I'm sorry, I'm not going to go off on a rant. But to actually have a hockey podcast...
Laviolette played less games for the Rangers than Kotze did. 12 games.
I was there for one of the games he played. I actually saw a game, yes. He gave away the puck, and the other team scored, and I said, this guy sucks. Then threw my beer. No, that was Dancing Larry. Yeah, I would say probably a case of Bud Light. But anyhow.
It's going cheap for what I hear.
Yeah, the stock's going down. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm not playing the culture war game. All right? All right, let's get back to hockey. So I don't care if they hire Tits McGee, just fix it. Goggles Paisano, just fix it. Just fix it.
Love Goggles Paisano.
Everybody loves Goggles Paisano. But
the lookalike of Goggles of Paisano has a run of his last race.
I just gotta tell you, man. Am I enthralled with Laviolette? No. It is basically like handed the baton to the same person. Then maybe he's more with X's and O's.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think Sean's right. Instead of just do it, just fix it.
Right.
But the worst thing, and I understand the negativity because we got to go through this shit again. Thank God we have the New York Mets, who are now 3.5 games out of first place. Let's give a round of applause to the greatest.
Red hot.
Red hot. 7 in a row.
Off a sweep of the Phils.
That's right. And they've got see, we were talking about baseball. They got a big series coming up against Atlanta, I think, next week. Then the Yankees.
Week. Then the Yankees, yep, week after.
It's going to be... All right, so everybody thinks Knobloch. At least Knobloch would be fresh air, but are the Rangers in the position to put
Knobloch comes with no baggage.
But in their head, what do you think? Do you think they're saying we're on the cusp, we're on the precipice of greatness? We can't just go with a rookie guy.
They're the only ones that think so.
They are the smartest men in the room. I think the Mets are playing the Toronto Blue Jays.
They still have a team up there?
I don't know. I don't really consider that baseball. Anything other than hockey, what's Toronto got? What's Canada got? Curling?
Curling, the national sport.
Yeah. Sorry. Hockey. Hockey's the only thing. David Quinn, yes, that was first year. But I think Quinn was kind of like, he was like a sacrificial like lamb, like we're rebuilding and the whole bit. And like, okay. I don't follow any of that basketball stuff. I don't even know what's going on. So I think it's going to be Laviolette. I think it's a dead cinch that it's Laviolette. I'm predicting on this show, as I've correctly predicted, over 231 things. That Peter Laviolette, what they're waiting for, I don't know. But maybe, I know on the Two Guys, One Cup podcast, they're saying if it doesn't happen by tomorrow, there's going to be an apocalypse of some sort. I don't know. I don't know what's taking so long.
Well, if they, chances are, if they don't do it tomorrow, they would wait because the commissioner, Der Fuhrer, he doesn't like teams to make announcements during the Stanley Cup.
Oh, really? I did not get that little bit.
Right. No, he likes, he doesn't want anything to take the Stanley Cup on the Outdoor Life Network off the front page.
Did you see that there's a lot of hullabaloo around the broadcast that Subban is not getting along with Chelios and Messier and
the ESPN broadcast is abysmal. It's everything ESPN touches turns to shit. The TNT broadcast is miles better than the ESPN broadcast. Sorry, Mess.
Somebody reporting that Michael Groshek is being interviewed for the job. I just threw that in there. Nobody's reporting that at all.
Be a good choice. Michael Groshek or Peter Laviolette.
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't answer that, but I will. Cutter probably can. I watched a little bit of Cutter show last night. The man has 233 subscribers. How did that happen?
They're all BSU.
And Jeff Ulmer also being considered.
Threw his hat in the ring?
Really? Was it Michael Groshek's birthday today? It was funny because I was watching an old Ranger clip and he was involved. I'm sure I can find that. It was a Ranger Islander game in which Sandy McCarthy fucking punched Brad Isbister with a sneaky punch that knocked Brad Isbister to his knees. It was great. Again, the Ron Lowe era.
Oh.
So,
What's up, Joe?
Ron Talakowski? Wow. There's a guy. All I remember is that guy, he learned to skate 2 years prior to joining the Rangers. It was something really ridiculous like that.
The Polish Prince.
Yes. Oh, we could play this game all day. I'm going to ask you, Jim Schmiedenberg. I know we did the whole post-game wrap. The post-game report cards and all that stuff. But who's your main culprit? I see everybody's got a whipping boy or a whipping girl. Well, not a whipping girl, but a whipping boy for the Rangers.
You know what? It's a collective. This is an organizational failure. It's an organizational failure. This rebuild We all bought into it, and boy, were we sold a bill of goods. I'll still maintain that if Trouba doesn't knock Crosby out last year, they're out of that series in 5 games. Gallant doesn't last half of this season. That hit changed the course of history for 2 teams. Because I don't think they would have gotten out of the first round last year. I really don't. I think they got lucky. I just think that we all bought in. We all said, "Man, this is great. We are gonna rebuild. We are gonna start from the ground up. We are gonna do something we have never done." And instead, just more of the same. Couple of young guys that are good, couple of young guys that are underachieving, and then a bunch of overpaid guys who disappear. We all bought in.
Well, I don't want to play if and buts and candy and nuts, but you had during that rebuild, and sure, it's not a direct result of the moves that were made, but if Lafreniere was a 30-goal scorer for those years, if Conca was a 30-goal scorer, those guys I kind of incorporated in the new Ranger look. I mean, we had a kid line that's now the average age is 38 now. But, of course,
they're all still really young.
They are still young. And I don't think we should give up on them. I think
I don't think so either.
Them decent hockey players. We could sit there and go with the draft and all this stuff and litigate where the guys went, and they could have picked this guy and that. They still could be decent hockey players.
But the fact that all of these young players all these draft picks the last 5 years since the letter went out, how many of them spent any time in the minor leagues coming up? Braden Schneider was the only one, right? Keandre Miller, he didn't play in Hartford, did he?
If he did, he was very little.
Laffy and Kako were in the lineup from day one. Hedel was in the lineup, I think, from day one. He played in Hartford. He played in Hartford a little bit. Elias Anderson, day one. There's no organizational structure. It's just rush these guys to Broadway, and
when you have the number 1 pick overall, don't you think he's probably going to play in the NHL?
Yeah. I guess, but
I agree with you. The history is there with the Rangers and their drafting of forwards. It's loser after loser.
I don't know. I just feel like it's been 30 years of doing the opposite of what made the most sense, and lucking into a couple of runs.
I don't know. I still have faith in the Rangers that we saw 2 years ago. I thought, I admit it, I admit it when I'm wrong. I thought on paper this Ranger team was the best team going into the playoffs. That's why it was so cataclysmic. Ever on paper. I said it at the time. I'll still say it. Patrick Kane's hip be damned. They had a solid roster and had Igor Shesterkin. They still managed to blow it. And they blew it big time. They got railroaded by the Devils. Now, I know the Devils are a good team. But the Rangers and their playoff experience. Lindy Ruff outcoached Gerard Gallant. I think that's why Gerard Gallant got fired. To see your assistant, guy was an assistant for you, beat your head coach.
I think it was a lot of things. I think that was part of it. I think the fact that they didn't show up Game 7. Just to go back to the Peter Laviolette video that we showed a few minutes ago from 11 years ago.
There we go.
Gallant didn't even know where the locker room was.
That's the problem.
I understand you want to be the players' coach, you want to let the players play, but when when they asked him, "What you're going to talk to the team before Game 7? Why should I go in there and talk to the team? I don't do
know
that."
what to do. Yeah, I don't do that. The fuck you there for?
Imagine if Herb Brooks said, "Nah, I don't need to talk to the
You know
team.
movie.
You know what to do. You know what to do against the Russians. We wouldn't have the greatest speech of all time. Not tonight. Tonight, we skate with them."
And I understand Ranger fans are.
Imagine. I'm just thinking, Craig Patrick going in the office. Herb, you gonna talk to the team? Nah,
Nah. They
yeah,
know,
it'll be all
they know
right.
what's on the line.
Be all right.
And that really is.
Oh, hey, Coach Rockney, you think you ought to go talk to the team? Nah, we're good.
Nah.
We're good. We're good.
That certainly did not help his cause. He just and then
Game 7 in 1994. The Rangers are in complete disarray after Game 6. There's rumors the coach is going to Detroit. The GM is on the verge of being fired. The entire foundation of the organization is crumbling. Coach, you gonna go talk to the team? Nah, they're good.
Nah.
He went in, he talked to the team, he brought them all together for Game 7. They're
and
good.
then the press conference afterwards. He's playing it like it's like, you know, he's playing kickball with the media.
Right.
Yeah, I'm fine. We're sitting here, us fans, amongst the rubble, the carnage
Right.
of fucking going through 80-plus games, watching them. We're emotional messes. I know you shut it off and forgot about it.
Collateral damage. We are all collateral damage.
I mean, really, it was a nuclear implosion losing to a crosstown rival
Right.
the way we did. And I'm fine. I'm not. That's his problem. There was
He's
no
yucking it up.
accountability.
2 days later, he's yucking it up.
And I've said on the show, you got your Steve Sable, that guy over on the Giants there. You got your Robert.
Don't disrespect my coach.
No, I'm about to say, imagine he came out after a Giants loss and said that.
Right.
He comes out, he says, it's my fault.
Right.
I didn't have them prepared enough.
Right.
I mean, this is coaching. No wonder they call a taxi on this guy every 2 years. You got to just say it. Even if you don't mean it, say it.
Oh, nah.
Nah, you didn't get me. Secrets. Didn't catch me.
Team was floundering in December. What did he tell the press? I'm doing my job.
And that's why he needed to go. I could see why. Because when you do that at your job, you're now throwing somebody under the bus. So who you throwing under the bus now? You're throwing the GM under the bus.
Right.
It's not me. It's these players.
Right.
I don't know their names, but whatever the GM got me, I have no idea why they're not playing. I mean, what is he doing? If he's not doing that, if he's not interacting with the players, and he's bad at X's and O's, what the fuck is he doing on the bench? He'll probably get hired again. You think he'll get hired again?
Absolutely. If he wants to be. I mean, hell, he's 60 years old. He's going to get paid by the Rangers for another 2 years, right? So maybe maybe the Rangers are his retirement package.
No, I don't want to revisit the past in any shape, way, or fashion. I do not want. I see Rock again. I don't know if he's trying to gaslight me over here with fucking Professor Gumball. No. I don't want John Tortorella. I don't want. I'm done with the past. So maybe Knobloch's my guy now. But I don't think he has a reasonable chance of being with the team. This team is a win now, lose in the present team. They always hire guys to win now, but in reality, they lose.
Right.
So I know. I would not want Gumball. Again, I don't want. So maybe Knobloch's the answer. I don't know. I think we're getting Laviolette.
I think they are too. I'd be very surprised if it's not him. But they don't consult me on coaching, vacancies. So
That's a good point you brought about Sather not announcing to the playoffs. Are you going to be watching the Stanley Cup playoffs?
yeah, I'll watch. I watched a couple of the Western Conference games, and I watched a couple of the Eastern Conference games. I didn't watch any second round games. I think the only game I might have watched was the night the Devils were eliminated, just because I wanted to witness that. I wanted to say I was there when it happened. I did watch some of the conference finals though. They were tell you Vegas. They're fun to watch. Relentless. They get the puck, and they shoot the puck. Whoever the Rangers coach is should just show video of Vegas.
You watch these teams that all played in these conference final games. The speed and the quickness of the play is like light years. What we saw in the first round from the Rangers. Sean McCaff raises a good question. Let me put it up on the big board and see what people got to say. He says, better question. You really think it matters who the head coach is at this point? I think it still does.
I do. I do believe that.
There's got to be accountability. Some of these players need to sit.
I think maybe more so for the younger players, maybe, than the older players. I don't think you're turning Mika Zibanejad into something he's not at this point. I don't think you're turning Chris Kreider into something he's not at this point. I don't know if any coach gets through whatever fogs up Artemi Panarin's head in big games. But for these young guys that, a couple of them now are looking at second contracts. What are you going to do? You're going to just let them walk away? You're going to give up?
What's Panarin got 2 years left?
But, like Lafreniere, you're going to let Lafreniere walk away? You're going to let Kakko walk away when his time comes? We're just going to give up on these guys? And then what? Just go back to getting the Patrick Kanes of the world?
I think they got to get a coach, maybe. No, I'm more on Knobloch now because these guys are not learning good habits from the core, so to speak. I don't know.
3 years left for Panarin.
Okay, 3 years.
A rock.
They're obviously not picking up good habits from watching some of these guys. They need a coach who's going to be able to teach them to play, and I hate this phrase, play the right way. And we heard that a lot from Gigi.
Right.
Gigi, thank heaven for little girls.
Well, when was he teaching them how to do it the right way? If he doesn't go in the locker room and, he doesn't do X's and O's, he doesn't talk to them on the bench. Mike Kelly did all the talking on the bench. So when's he teaching them the right way?
And no, I agree.
I don't know.
You don't have the answers? I thought you would
I
have
don't
it
have
all.
the answers.
We took a couple-week break. I thought you had it all down now.
I wish I had the answers.
See, I'm with Panarin. Bring up Othman. Othman's going to get a shot to play next year. Will Cooley, I saw him playing them, on the amazing Wolfpack team, the Amazons that made it to the semifinals of the AHL playoffs. I didn't see a lot from the guy. But again, he's young. I don't want to make, I don't know. And the limited time he played here, whether it be preseason, I think, and Panarin is a double-edged sword. You can't get rid of him, and I think Jen really hit the nail on the head. And Panarin, what are you going to do? He's going to get 90 points again. What are you going to do? I mean, he's an historically bad playoff performer. I mean, he has that one overtime goal. Again, I hate to keep going back 2 seasons ago, but that was kind of big, but he just doesn't score enough. I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, this is the Rangers are locked in. There's no way to move. They're hard against the cap. They got no movement clauses up the yin yang. This team, the die is cast. And
now there is some school of thought that a new coach will do Panarin a lot of good because apparently him and the great Gerard Gallant did not agree on a lot of things. Now, when you have a coach who does nothing, I don't know what you can disagree with, but
hey, and and I see the other side of the argument. Hey, asshole, you're getting paid $11 million. Do what he fucking tells you or what he inferred to you through a text message or something. I don't know what kind of communication they had. But you know what? Do your job, asshole. Or I'm sending Putin after you.
When your coach slides into your DMs, you should listen. When the coach texts you at 11 o'clock at night and says, "You up?" You better answer.
No. I really was positive coming into this. Now I'm back to fucking. I mean,
maybe by September, October, I'll start to feel a little better. We'll see what happens. It's a long summer.
Yeah, and we'll have our 20-game, 10-game, 15-game evals of the coach, and we'll see where we stand. We don't know.
Right.
So that's all I got. I don't know. I'm seeing Sean says Panarin didn't like sports, didn't like David Quinn, and didn't like Gigi. Well, yeah, they're probably asking to play defense, and he was like, "What?" Or stop fucking passing. All he does is have to shoot. It's a simple. The whole Ranger team should be fined $500,000 for each
every
pass
every
they
pass
make when they pass the hash marks.
Right. By the way, speaking of the aforementioned Patrick Kane, had surgery on his hip. He's out 4 to 6 months.
Really?
4 to 6 months. So that puts him at the earliest October, but more likely December.
I'm so glad the Rangers got him.
The Rangers essentially bought a 1985 Chevy Chevette and then couldn't believe when the axle was busted.
I have to say, now that I've been given this information, I had doubts, but Chris Drury should be fired. I mean, to be so that bad. I mean, I know they got him for a little, but still, just the fact that they fooled me into thinking that this was Patrick Kane. He's a little banged up. This is
He's not old. He's 34. That's not old.
It's not that old.
Got a hip resurfacing or something, I think is what they called it.
What, he uses Zamboni on his fucking hip? The resurface? How did I get? I don't understand. I'm befuddled and bemused, as I used to say on Ranger Crisis.
We could also mention that since we were talking about draft picks, that Vitaly Kravtsov
I don't care.
has left the NHL. Gone.
Boy, big surprise.
Gone.
I hope he falls off a cliff. I don't ever want to see his name again. Mishandled, or it's all on him.
I think again organizational. Well, I mean, it's not his fault the Rangers drafted him when they did.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't do anything in Vancouver either.
Well, he's damaged goods
like
now.
him there either.
He's damaged goods now. Rangers ruined him.
No, that's true. He's not coming back. So what is he playing for? Whatever that tractor, whatever that KHL. Adam Husker's in the KHL now. Adam sucks. I recently pulled a rookie card of his, and so where is this fucking guy? He's not in the Rangers organization. He's over in the KHL.
You know what's going to happen?
Uh-oh.
Kravtsov is going to go to the KHL. He's going to revitalize his career, and then he's going to be the guy the Rangers have to get.
No, that's never happening.
You're going to tell me that would surprise you?
I think it would surprise me because he can't do it in the NHL.
Wouldn't surprise me. Goes over there, he scores 40 goals, and then the agent, after a couple of years, 2-3 years in the KHL, all of a sudden, Vitaly Kravtsov interested in the return to the NHL. Rangers need a scoring winger because Mika Zibanejad is approaching 40, and Artemi Panarin is only halfway through his 10-year contract.
Barclay Goodrow is still under a contract. You think he's gone? I saw a lot of clamoring that they're going to get rid of him.
Well, because he's a target. He's a target because he's high paid for a fourth line guy that could get that. If they got to free up money. But they got a lot of money locked into like 5 guys, but a lot of guys, lined up at the cash register.
But they're going to lose Kane. They're probably going to lose Tarasenko. They're going to need someone to play second line minutes, or third line minutes. Isn't he the guy by default, even though it's pretty lame?
No. You could fill Barclay Goodrow's role for about a third of what they're paying Barclay Goodrow. I know you love him, and I like him too. I like his game, but but when it comes down to business, but they're going to have to clear cap room to bring Kravtsov back. We're going to have a hatchet burying ceremony at the Garden, like with Messier.
It is never going to happen.
Chris Drury with the bucket of dirt.
Well, I don't know whether it's Trouba and even Islander fans are saying it. They're like, ha, you're saddled with that bad Jacob Trouba contract. I'm like, he was saddled with Keandre Miller all of last year. That's really what the problem was. And he got off to a bad start, Trouba. Right? Keep him around just for those devastating hits. I think he's a decent captain, even though they fucking crashed and burned in the first round.
I'm fine with Jacob Trouba.
You fine with him?
Fine with him. He's not going anywhere.
People love Braden Schneider.
I mean, I do too. Nobody's going to want to be captain of this team. Every captain gets traded or bought out. Or the next guy that gets handed the C is going to run for the hills.
Well, I just want to say, you guys better jump the boards if I get into it on my personal Facebook with some stupid Ranger fan who thinks that the Rangers couldn't play defense under John Tortorella because they didn't have good players like Ryan McDonough, Dan Girardi, and Mark Stahl. They had a perfectly fine defensive. They were forced to play in their own zone because that's how Tortsy plays it. Didn't he have that Taylor Pyatt or whatever that fucking guy's name? Pisey?
Pisey, yes.
Aaron Asham. It's some of the fucking worst Rangers I've ever fucking Pisey. Played that guy every fucking game.
Ryan Chloe, wasn't he on the Tortorella team?
Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, he was another fucking concussion.
Darryl Boom Boom Powell.
Ah, that guy didn't even score a goal. That guy, I don't think so. Boom Boom Pow.
Right.
For like 60 games, he had like no goals. God, please. Jump those boards. Anything else? Let's see. Well, my Rangers calendar says it's got Barclay Goodrow on it this month. Pride Month. Should have Kreider on it. Ah, that's out of line, Eddie. I'm trying to
Boom,
make
boom, pow.
boom, boom, boom. You saw 2012. Voltek Volsky.
The Polish Prince.
He also said that about Girardi too. He couldn't
Couldn't get him out of the tub.
Couldn't get him out of the hot tub.
Couldn't get him out of the tub.
Costa hates Voltek Volsky. I don't know. If it's
Classic Torts line.
yeah.
Can't get him out of the tub.
Oh God, Sean! Again, are you just trying to with the Sammy Blay lamenting? Stop lamenting! And I gotta say, Rock, I love you. I think you're a great guy, but you. Now maybe I'm misquoting you, but you have this thing where you think once the Rangers let the guy go, he becomes a star. I want evidence. Give me names. Other than maybe Thomas Sandstrom or something. I don't know where these guys go that they become stars. I mean, Amante, but they mortgage that for a fucking cup. But I mean, where are these guys that the Rangers are letting go that become stars elsewhere? I don't see them. Rock, Mike. I don't want to disparage Rock. Tanner is here.
Tanner is here. She's upstairs.
How many? I don't know. I'm out of gas. I'm flabbergasted.
I don't really know what else to say about the Rangers, about the coaching. When they hire a coach, we'll be here. We'll talk about it. Oh, let's talk about something. What's your summer plans, Eddie? What's on the dock for the summer?
It's a summer of love, the summer of music. I will be seeing a lot of shows, a lot of concerts.
Never mind.
I will.
Who are you going to see? Anybody good?
Boy, it's
Little Air Supply.
No, I've already seen that live.
REO Speedwagon.
No, not going to see the Speedwagon this year. I am going to be seeing. Get this in 2 weeks, I think. Cinderella.
I have actually seen Cinderella twice, believe it or not.
Wow.
Both times as opening acts.
It is not Cinderella proper. It's the lead singer Tom Kiefer who basically is Cinderella.
And then a couple of guys who replace dead members or that type of thing.
Or Cinderfella.
Cinderfella. They're basically a Cinderella tribute band at this point.
Summer of gummies. Yes, I'll be taking a lot of gummies. I got some really cool gummies, but I don't really want to go into that. Cinderella, guess who'll be opening for them?
Cinderella's not. There's an opening act for Cinderella.
There's 2 opening acts.
Is Idiot Box one of the opening acts?
It's a hair band from the 80s, the late 80s. I think you definitely have heard of them. Everybody's heard of them.
Warrant.
Close.
Striper.
Not Skid Row. No, not Striper. I will not be in Newark for AEW. No, I will not be for that. Even though that will be a collision event. Go ahead.
Motley Crue. What's left of them? I don't know. You said hairband for me.
Motley Crue would be a headliner.
I don't know. At this point, who knows?
Sean McCaff has won the white card.
Winger. Opening for Cinderella.
And the guy.
Thank you.
Who replaced.
Now, when I saw Cinderella, they opened for Poison. No, the answer was Winger.
And the guy who's opening the show.
Deborah Winger. Yes, Deborah Winger.
Deborah Winger will be opening. Yeah. Yes, Gutsy. He's doing bits. And is the guy who replaced Vince Neil in Motley Crue for one album. Can't recall the man's name right now.
Gary Sharon.
John Corabi. The Corabi Code. So it will be a hairband extravaganza. So then
Very
moving on
nice.
from then.
Is that Jones Beach?
No, that's at the local theater about 20 minutes away from me in Pat's.
In your backyard.
In my backyard. Idiot Box is the fourth band on the bill. Then continuing in the hairband motif. This again is my wife's passion. I'm going to see Faster Pussycat in New Jersey.
Wow. I didn't even know they were still together.
They're not, according to my wife. Then who am I seeing? Oh, it's the main guy, and again, like a Tom Kiefer deal. The main guy,
Gotcha.
and that will be a Dingbats in New Jersey.
Dingbats? That's fantastic. I think that's Gerard Gallant is opening for them that night. He's doing a 5-minute set. Knock jokes and.
So I'm doing that. I'm going to see a Les Claypool thing, which is the guy from Primus. He's doing at the Westbury Music Fair. Did I tell you I went to see Cheap Trick?
No.
Oh, I went to see Cheap Trick at the Westbury Music Fair. Now, have you ever been to the Westbury Music Fair?
Yeah, I saw George Carlin at the Westbury Music Fair.
Wow.
Yes.
It's a very small place.
Very cool place.
I mean, it's not a bad seat in the house, really.
Right. Theater in the round, as they call it.
Right. And I saw Cheap Trick there for $26. That's including fees.
That is a cheap trick.
Yes. No opener. My review is they sound very good. I want to see them before they all kick off.
Right.
The only thing is Rick Nielsen, the guitarist, who is like the energy of the band.
The bald guy famous for the double neck guitar.
He can't carry that guitar anymore. He's all hunched over. He's going to fall over. He's
played a ukulele all night.
Yeah. And he still insists on switching guitars every song. George Carlin is the best. Rock, you saw the Monkees? Are you a Monkees fan, Rock? I wouldn't.
Wow.
He's a daydream believer.
He is. He took the last train to Clarksville.
And a homecoming queen. So, wow. Yeah, it was the round, but it wasn't the round for Cheap Trick. I don't know why, but so, you know, he used to be the energy of the band running around. He's just shuffling along like an old guy now.
Right.
What are you going to do? So I saw him, but then I looked at some of the other acts at a Westbury Music Fair. Johnny Mathis. Johnny Mathis.
How old is Johnny? I mean, Johnny Mathis has got to be at least 85 years old.
My father thought he was dead. I go, Dad, you want to go see Johnny Mathis? He goes, I thought he was dead. How old is Johnny Mathis?
I'm looking it up. 87.
87?
87.
I think I got to go see that. He's also, I don't know if he'll probably be there during Pride Month. Rock, you saw the Monkees 4 times?
Wait a minute.
Hold the phone. This is good. I could do a whole show on this. Now, is this like the original Monkees? Isn't Mickey Dolenz the only one who's alive now?
Yeah, I think so. Peter, I know Davy's dead, right? And Peter Tork died, didn't he? And Mike Nesmith, is he?
He's dead too. Wow. I may have to go to see that corpse. This is rough.
The wind of the bluebird.
Rock is dancing in his living room right now.
The 6 o'clock alarm.
That
You have a poster of Davy Jones?
Is that Rock is like one of the most negative Ranger fans on the planet and loves a band. Has seen a band 4 times that sings like the happiest music of.
Wow.
It's Mickey Dolenz, and then he's got Gene Simmons behind him, and Carlos Santana. That's the new Monkeys.
This is a revelation. I
What's
think
it
Sean
been?
should play this when he
And I
introduces
ride, wipe the sleep
Rock on his
out
podcast.
of my eyes. My shaven razor's cold and it stings.
Didn't they open up? Or Jimi Hendrix opened up?
Because we're a dream believer, and your contract is the end. All right, that's enough.
Okay. Now, Just Me said he's seen Dwight. Dwight who?
Dwight Yoakam?
That's what we said at the same time. The only Dwight I know. Dwight Evans?
Right. Dwight Evans.
Dewey Evans. This show is full of surprises.
I love it. Summer shows are some of the best ones. So
Exactly.
so you've got the guy from Primus you're seeing, and then what?
Oh yes.
Anybody else?
What else do I got? I feel like I have. Oh, I do have tentatively. I have the tickets up on. I have a conflict. Dwight Yoakam. Wow, country music. What they call Clash of the Titans is Sepultura. These are metal bands. Sepultura, Creator, Spirit World, and I think Death Angel. That's going to be at I think it's at Irving Plaza in the city. But I'm trying to get rid of it because I just don't want to be hassled going to the city. At a certain age you get, I don't want to take that hour train ride and that hour train ride back.
Unless it's for a viewing party.
Oh, of course, then I'll drive it. So
very nice. You got a busy summer.
Yeah, I got more than that. I can't even think of it. Then I'm going on a cruise in August.
Oh,
I'm
where are
going
you
on.
cruising to? Patty Duke. Yes, it's quite possible that was a rabbit running behind me. We have several that like to frequent our yard.
Wow, that's impressive, Rock. He was 7. Were they all Rock? Were they
He was 37 the last time he saw them.
Yes. Was it all original members back then? I don't think Nesmith was back with them at that point. Yes, I'll come back with some stories from that cruise. They've got an arcade with skee ball on this fucking ship.
Where are you cruising to?
I don't care. I don't even know. It's 7 days. I can't take the edibles with me, though. You'll be seeing me on Cops or one of those shows.
I'm sure wherever you're going, you can purchase some.
I didn't think of that.
See?
I don't know how the laws are in the wherever I'm going. Where are we going? Chris. The Bahamas.
Oh, there you go.
And they have an excursion. They stop off in Florida, and I'm going to go to Cape Canaveral.
Very nice.
Have you ever been there?
Yes, many times.
Is it cool?
Yeah, it's very nice. Are you going to the Space Center?
Yeah.
Doing the tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's
I like all that.
It's nerdy. It's good geek stuff.
Yeah, I like
all that astronauts and the Apollo stuff and the shuttle stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And of course, I will dominate in trivia. I wish I had you with me to help my group. I'm going with like a group of like 25 people, 30 people.
It's too much.
No, it's my friends.
I know, but it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people to be up for.
Everybody splinters off into their own. The young people go with the young. The old people go with the old. I'll be fucking plastered the whole entire time. Well, I'm not doing any booze cruise excursions. Simply nerd stuff this time.
Very nice. It sounds like fun.
Yeah. How about you? What do you got, Sub? You going down to Florida and hanging out with the Catronis and
We got a summer to behold this year.
nice.
Let's see. Megan arrives Wednesday night. She'll be here for about a month and a week. So let's see. We have Megan arriving on the 7th. Avery graduates high school on the 9th.
Wow.
On the 10th, they have a graduation party to go to. The following week, Megan's friend is coming up from Maryland to visit for a night. Then we have Father's Day. Then the following week, there's another graduation party that they're going to.
Wow.
Then the last week of June, we are leaving here, going to South Carolina so that Avery can go to college orientation for 2 days. And then when that's done, we're driving right from South Carolina down to Florida for 4 nights in Naples with the girls.
Ah.
And
That's
then
great.
we come back. Megan goes home. Then the beginning of August, Jen is going with her girls to both Metallica shows at Giant Stadium.
Nice.
Then she's seeing Breaking Benjamin in Syracuse. And then in September, Jen and I, we go back to Naples to recoup from all of this. We go back to Naples for a week. Naples and the Keys.
You are fully booked.
We'll be putting up the Indian corn before we know it. Or do you still call it Indian corn?
What's that mean?
The Indian,
for the
the
fall.
stuff you put up at fall, the different colored corn. It's Indian.
I never called it a decoration.
All
I never
right.
had a name for it.
All
Why
right.
you're not allowed to call it? What do you got to call it? Native American display
Maize? I don't know.
Maize.
I don't know. Anyway, so that's our summer.
Okay, well,
I have no concerts this summer as of yet.
no Jimmy Buffett.
Mr. Buffett had a concert scheduled in Carolina on May 20th and had to be hospitalized for a health issue, canceled the concert, and is recuperating and is apparently going on a fishing trip. And when he gets back from the fishing trip, some tour dates may be announced.
How about
He's not done. Says he's anxious to get back out on the road, and I have no reason to believe that to not be true. He's never lied to me before. But I am prepared to for this summer maybe to be Buffettless.
well, is Bernie Higgins on the
I'm not going to see Bernie.
what, you know, what's
Higgins.
Key Largo? Worst video ever made.
Just another day in paradise.
Oh God! See, you know all that yacht rock stuff.
I do. I don't deny that.
I know. That's
It's what I listen to.
Well, you said that you would never see Bernie Higgins.
Well, yeah, I'm not paying money to go see
He
Bernie
might be opening
Higgins.
up for. It might be opening up for Cinderella. I don't know.
He could
Every
be.
other loser.
A little Jimmy Buffett for you.
Well, that's my cue to leave.
So, yeah, for right now, I have no Jimmy Buffett concert this summer.
Well,
So
I'll be posting images.
Oh wait, I forgot part of I forgot. August, we also have to take Avery to South Carolina to move her into college. So that'll be a weekend in August, and then in September, on our way back from Florida, we're going to stop in South Carolina and see her.
Am I going to be able to do a show with you somewhere after the Rangers hire Peter Laviolette?
I can always make myself available.
Okay.
The nice thing about that's one of the great things about Restream is that I can set up a show from my phone and I can do a show from my phone if I have to. I could not do that on Be Live.
Well, that's why we're.
But have laptop will travel, my friend.
Well, now that me and Jim have shared our itineraries and lost 3/4 of the audience, I think that's about it for us.
Right, and let you know when our respective homes will be empty.
Yes, I didn't say date. I was careful not to give the dates out, and I want to come home and find Costa living here.
Right, you just told everybody who you'd be seeing and where you'd be seeing them. The dates aren't easy to figure out.
Wow, I mean, there's always somebody home. I mean. And then Idiot Box has got some shows. We're playing July 8th. And, no. July 8th? Yeah, July 8th. And we kind of keeping it low for the summer because everybody's got things to do, like you and me. We want to do regular things.
Right.
So, yes, thank you, Z-Man. No TV boxes on the curb. So I guess I'll bid you adieu, Jim. I guess that's it. I got nothing else to say about the New York Rangers other than just fix it.
Right. Just fix it. All right. We'll see you guys soon. If there's a coaching announcement, we'll be here. And who do you like in the finals? We'll end on finals
I
predictions.
think Vegas is going to blow the doors off the Florida. The bubble will burst.
You think the Cinderella story is over?
I think the real Bob will stand up and give up a lot of goals. I think Vegas has man for man. It just has. And you got the leadership of Kachuk, so they might steal a couple of games. But I think it's Vegas all the way.
I like Vegas in 6.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
That'll be quite the party.
How dare you, Cutter? Let's go, Blue Jays.
Get out of here. You're banned.
Metsies.
That's right. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Eddie, always a pleasure.
Take care, everybody. I appreciate
We'll talk soon.
Around. Yes, we'll talk.
All right. Good night, everybody.
We love you.
We love you.